Hello and welcome. You're watching Unplugged TV India. This is Alice Francis. Let's begin with today's top stories. 26-year-old member of right-wing Bajrang Dal stabbed to death in Karnataka's Shivamogga on Sunday night. Empowering Generation Next means empowering India's future, says PMMODI on development in education sector. RJD Supremo Lalu Yadav sentenced 5-year jail in Fodder scam case. 62-year-old woman in a saree climbed Western Ghats video goes viral. 22-member Indian women hockey team announced for matches against Spain. Families of Lakhimpur violence victim challenge Ashish Mishra's bail. Russia President Vladimir Putin and US Joe Biden to meet over Ukraine crisis on no invasion condition. Messages of God save the Queen stream ill after Elizabeth contracts COVID. Tensions are high in Shivamogga, Karnataka after a 26-year-old Harsha, member of the right-wing Bajrang Dal, was stabbed to death on Sunday night. Meanwhile, the incident has erupted fresh allegations between political parties. K.S. Ishwarappa, Karnataka's Rural Development Minister, has accused D.K. Shivakumar, the Congress's Karnataka president, of encouraging the murders with comments he made during the hijab protest. D.K. Shivakumar recently stated that the national flag had been changed with a saffron flag and that a business in Surat had been asked to produce 50 lakh saffron shawls. He made these statements. The Gundism grew. These Gundism will not be tolerated any longer. We will assist the murdered man's family in every way we can. Araga Janendra, the Karnataka Home Minister, met with Harsha's family member in the hospital on Monday morning. According to primary investigations, Harsha's death is unrelated to the recent debate over students wearing hijab on campus, said a police officer. Police stated that Harsha and the gang of young people were familiar with each other. It appears to the outcome of a long-standing fraud. Harsha was attacked by at least 4 people at 9 p.m. on Sunday night, according to the police. He was transported to the hospital with serious injuries, but he died. Unidentified individuals set fire to multiple vehicles in Shivamogga shortly after the incident. Prime Minister Narendra Modi stated on Monday that empowering today's Gen Next means of empowering India's future. Prime Minister Modi was speaking at a webinar on education-related announcements made in the Union Budget, which was given by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on February 1. During the webinar, PM Modi highlighted 5 areas in the education sector where the Union Budget placed a focus. The first is to ensure that everyone has access to high-quality education. This indicates that the key decisions regarding the extension of the educational system as well as its quality and capabilities have been made. He listed skill development as second and urban planning and design as third priorities. He explained urban planning and design as a requirement to incorporate India's old experience and expertise into our educational system. We concentrated on developing a digital environment in the budget. We'll also make sure that talents are developed in line with industry demands, Prime Minister Modi said. The fourth key aspect is internationalization, which entails introducing world-class universities to our country. The fifth is AVGC, which stands for Animation Visual Effects Gaming Comedy. Rashtriya Janata Dal Chief Lalu Yadav granted a 5-year jail term in the Fodder scam case. In the 5th Fodder scam case, a special court of the Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI) in Ranchi sentenced RJD leader Lalu Yadav to 5 years in prison and a fine of rupees 60 lakh on Monday. On February 15, the RJD Supremo was found guilty in the case and the sentence was set to be handed out on Monday. The CBI court convicted Yadav guilty of illicit withdrawals from the Doranda treasury of rupees 139.35 crore. Following his conviction, last week, the ailing 73-year-old veteran politician was transferred from Hotwar jail to the Rajendra Institute of Medical Sciences in Ranchi. He had previously been sentenced to 14 years in prison in 4 other cases involving the treasuries of Dumka, Deoghar and Chaibasa in Jharkhand. In the Doronda Treasury scam case, a total of 170 people have been listed as suspects. 55 have died, 7 have become government witnesses, 6 have fled the country and 2 have agreed to the charges leveled against them. Last Thursday, the CBI court handed down its decision on the remaining 99 suspects, including Yadav. Reacting to the court's order, Lalu's son Tejasvi Yadav slammed the 5-year jail term handed out to his father, calling it a byproduct of a fight against the BJP and the Sangh Parivar. The Hockey India on Monday announced a 22-member women's side that will represent the country in the upcoming FIH Women's Hockey Pro League matches at home in Bhubaneswar, Odisha against Spain. Goalkeeper Savita will lead the squad with Deep Grace Ikka serving as her deputy. Young forward player Sangeeta Kumari, who belongs to Jharkhand, is also included in the squad. The 22-member squad against Spain includes Savita, Bichu Devi Kharibam and Rajani Ettimarpu. Defenders Deep Grace Ikka, Gurjit Kaur, Nikki Pradhan, Udita, Ishika Chaudhary. Midfielders Nisha, Salima Tete, Shushila Channu Paramkarambu, Jyoti, Monica, Neha, Navjot Kaur and Namita Tappo. Forward line players include Vandana Kataria, Sharmila Devi, Navneet Kaur, Lal Remishyami, Sangeeta Kumari and Rajwinder Kaur. Proving that age is just a number, a 62-year-old Bangalore resident, Nagarattanamma, climbed one of the most difficult peaks of the Western Ghats. The video shared on a social media platform, Instagram, by Vishnu has gone viral and shows Nagarattanamma climbing to the top of the peak Agasthyakudam, situated in the Tirunelveli district of Tamil Nadu. What makes the video more incredible and inspirational is the 62-year-old climbing the peak with the help of a rope while wearing a saree. The said mountain is one of the highest and toughest hiking peaks in the Sahyadri mountain range. Nagarattanamma climbed the mountain on 16th February this year. She was accompanied by his son and friends from Bangalore at the trip. Nagarattanamma says for the last 40 years after her marriage, she had been busy with family responsibilities. Now, since her children have all grown up and settled down, she can pursue her dreams. Indeed, nobody could match her enthusiasm and energy. It was one of the most motivating and enriching experiences for all those who watched her climbing. The families of the Lakhimpur Kheri violence victims have asked the Allahabad High Court to revoke the bail given to Union Minister Ashish Mishra Teli's son, Ashish Mishra, for the October 3 violence, in which 8 persons were allegedly crashed down by an SUV apparently owned by the minister's son, including 4 protesting farmers. According to the sources, the family members approached the court to attorney Prashant Bhushan because the government of Uttar Pradesh had failed to appeal against the court's judgment regarding the bail. It is to be noted that 2 lawyers, C.S. Panda and Shiv Kumar Tripathi, have filed a petition in the Supreme Court challenging the High Court's ruling giving Mishra bail. The opposition parties slammed the bail given during the election season, claiming that it was intended to sway Brahmin votes. The tension between Russia and Ukraine continues to get worse. Following a frenetic fresh round of negotiations to avert an all-out war, Russian President Vladimir Putin and his US counterpart Joe Biden have agreed to meet, but only provided Moscow does not attack Ukraine. The meeting was requested by French President Emmanuel Macron, to which both presidents have responded yes, in principle, to the meeting. The exact time and format will be decided soon. The conference will be open to relevant stakeholders. The potential breakthrough comes as the tension between Russia and Ukraine is rising by each day. The US also warned of an impending invasion as Ukraine and Russia accused each other of an increasing in firing of the front line, separating Kyiv's soldiers from Moscow-backed rebels. Ukrainians have fled to cellars and other safe havens as a result of the shelling, while some civilians have been evacuated. Russia has deployed more than 150,000 troops on Ukraine's border, according to Washington and other Western capitals, and is poised to unleash a full-scale invasion anytime. However, Moscow has denied any intention of invading its neighbor, but has demanded that Ukraine's application for NATO membership be permanently rejected, as well as the departure of Western military stationed in Eastern Europe since the end of the Cold War. On Sunday news, the Britain's Queen Elizabeth had tested positive for COVID-19, sparked astonishment, concern and well-wishes from around the country, with lawmakers and the general public hoping for a speedy recovery for the 95-year-old Queen. A few sightseers gathered at the gate of Windsor Castle, where the Queen is undergoing medical treatment for mild symptoms on a rainy day and blustery day. Others expressed their support on social media as message boards on the London Underground begged the monarch to take it easy. After nearly 2 years of pandemic-related closure, Australia reopened its international crossing to the visitors inoculated against the coronavirus on Monday, welcoming holidaymakers and reuniting hundreds of people with family and friends. More than 50 international aircraft will arrive in the country each day, with 27 landing in Sydney, the country's largest city, as the tourism and hospitality sector struggle to recover from the impact of COVID-19 limitations. After the Omicron peak passes, New Zealand will abolish COVID-19 vaccine mandates and social distancing measure, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern declared on Monday, as protesters occupying the Parliament ground battled with police once more. Thousands of demonstrators have blocked streets near the Parliament in Wellington, New Zealand's capital, for 2 weeks with trucks, automobiles and motorcycles, increasing pressure on the government to abolish vaccine mandates, inspired by trucker rallies in Canada. Thank you for watching Unplugged TV India. Please hit like, subscribe and share. This is Alice Francis signing off.